Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about, it's not going to be a makeup tutorial or anything, like that. I wanted to just chat with you guys and make this into like a little story time. Have no idea what I should call it. I was thinking more like chill time or something like that, or talk time, or I don't know, something like that. LillJade's corner, or I don't know what. But if any of those sound appealing or you have anything interesting, let me know. That way I can start calling it, because I have so many stories. Like a lot of stories, like funny, scary, sad, I have a lot of stories. And today I want to share with you guys a story. And I find it kind of funny, and now that I think back at it, but then it was not so funny. But anyways, let me get straight to that. So I was about 17. Yeah, I was 17. This was in the summer on July. And I came home drunk. My first time being drunk. And before my 21st birthday anyway. It was my first and only time being drunk before my 21st birthday. And I came home, and my mom got mad at me and everything. She got mad at me and everything. So things happened, blah, 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 blah. And the next morning, I woke up so, in so much pain. Like, my body ached so bad. I had the worst headache of all time. Actually, no, I didn't have the worst headache, because I've gotten a lot more worse headaches because of migraines. But I had such a huge headache, which, I didn't know was, I was hungover. And my dad ended up coming that day. And I remember that day because, for the almost obvious reason that I'm going to tell you. But also because it was during hurricane season, of course. It was in the summer. And we're preparing our house, boarding up windows and the door and stuff. Because apparently there was going to be a hurricane that was going to go through there. So my mom's house is actually like a small house, and she just wanted to secure it before we left. And I remember my dad went, because my mom and my dad are separated, or divorced, I'm sorry. And my dad went to go visit us randomly, and we were just there with him. And he has a Jeep. And for some reason, I don't know why, but my younger sister got in the car with him on the passenger side. My older sister and I, for some reason, got on the bumper in the back outside of the car, and we stood on it. And I have no idea why we did this. My dad took off. He drove out of the driveway and just took off driving. And he went towards a stop sign that was about, I want to say 5 houses down, I think. Yeah, about 5 houses down at a stop sign. And he was driving a little bit, not fast or anything, but a good speed for a neighborhood. You know what I mean? And I was already in panic mode, because not only was I hungover, my body was in so much pain. I was totally weak. And this vehicle had nothing to grip. There was no grip for me to hold on to. Nothing for me to hold on to. And I have small hands. Look how small my hands are. I have nothing to grip. During that time, I was freaking out. I already had imagined that I was gonna get crushed, and that was gonna be all on me, because I decided to just get on my dad's bumper. What the heck is that? My sister, in the meanwhile, she's hanging on tight and everything, and I didn't understand why that was happening to her and not to me. I just didn't understand. My dad ended up turning, and it was a turn to the right. So he turned like this, and then he turned to the right like that. And I was like, oh my gosh. I couldn't grip anything, so I already felt that I was gonna fly off the car. I didn't fly off. Excuse me. But he kept on driving. There was another stop sign to enter the other neighborhood, because my neighborhood, it was in a U. And it was the main road, and then there was a U, which created that neighborhood. And there was a school right here, an elementary school. And he ended up going to that stop sign and turning, and I couldn't find grip no more. I was trying to find grip while he was turning, so I had let go one hand of whatever I was like literally holding onto the car like this. Like I was just holding onto the car like that, to the vehicle, to the Jeep or whatever. And I was trying to find grip because I already knew that this turn was not gonna go well because I didn't have nothing to hang on to. Like there was no railings or anything for me to hang on to. And like he turned and I literally ended up flying off the car. I ended up flying off the bumper and I flew off and boom, hit my butt, my back, and my head on the road, on the street. I remember I hit myself like that, went back, shoom, and like I got up and I was like, did I really fly off the car? Like I was in so much pain that just added to all the pain that I was feeling. I didn't feel the hit on my butt or my back. I felt the hit on my head. Like that's what I felt the most, like the hit on my head. And it wasn't even, from what I'm guessing, it wasn't like a hard hit because my body is what hit the ground first than my head. But it hurt so bad. Like my head was hurting. The following day I felt it even worse because I flew off my dad's vehicle. I mean, come on. And then meanwhile, my dad, my sister, my younger sister that were inside the car got out the car laughing at me. I don't know why. Apparently they weren't going fast. They were going so slow, and I assumed they were going like at a 15-20 mile, per hour. My older sister that was literally standing next to me on the bumper just jumped off fine. And she was like, what happened? My dad was like, what happened? My younger sister was just laughing at me. We're just a few years apart. My younger sister's a year younger than me, and my older sister's 3 years older than me. And like, they were just laughing. I don't understand what happened. I knew, and I was lucky enough to not felt most of it because I was, hungover. But to this day, like, I remember that very clearly. And then it ended up happening that when I went back to school on August, like a few months later while we were in school, I was a senior, I ended up finding out that somebody, somebody literally saw me fly off my dad's car. And it's funny to me then, once all that passed, and they're like, that was you that flew off? I was like, yeah, that was me. He was just telling a random story, and I was like, holy, that was me that flew off that car. And I described to him everything because they didn't believe me, and I literally described everything that happened. He was like, yeah, that's me, that was me. And they just started laughing. Yeah, not that I was a laughing stock of high school, because obviously it wasn't, but yeah, that's what happened. It was embarrassing, painful for the afterwards, and numbing, but apparently it was full of laughter for everybody else. Just with me, it was just painful, embarrassing, and everybody else was just laughing and laughing and laughing. They couldn't understand why I even got on my dad's bumper, and I was like, I don't know why I did that either. I didn't think he was gonna take off. I mean, yeah, I don't know if this was like an interesting story, but that's just one of my stories. Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, thinking about it in my head, now it's kind of funny. If I saw something like that, I would have probably laughed and would have been like, what the? But that's it. It was not something I would literally throw my head back for, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's just one of the many stories. And with these type of videos, I'm not gonna try to make them long, because my regular videos are literally long enough for my stories to be even longer, unless it's a very long story. Most of my stories are short. I mean, sometimes I kind of ramble and I talk and I talk and I talk. I can literally talk to forever and literally be here for hours, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm not gonna bore you. So I'm gonna keep them, short. So if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram. I now have Snapchat, and I really don't do much on there because I just barely got it. I'm still trying to get like the hang of it, but I mean, yeah. But yeah, please give this video a like if you want to see my husband get featured on this channel. like for him to do something with me, because I really want him to do something with me on the video. Like I really want him to do that, and he said if I get enough likes, like enough likes, and he would. So yeah, please do that. Yeah. So yeah, I will talk to you guys in my next video, and God bless you guys.